Hi, I'm Sean Rice, driver of the number 76 Ram Racing Sprint Car, and I want to invite you to come out and watch me compete August 11th and 12th at the 360 Nationals at Skagit Speedway.
And here we go with the first heat of 360 sprinters from Skagit Valley Speedway. We'll set the field for you in row 1 and 38 car is Jason Bloodgood. Outside of Jason, the 73 car, Mark Hewson. In the second row in the 8E car, Evan Funk. Outside of Evan in the 19 car is Greg Sandquist. In the third row, the 4 car of Jeff Jansma. In the 70 car of Roger Odman. In the fourth row, 21 car of Chris Patino. In the 7K car of Danny Kirkpatrick. And in the fifth row, the 5X car of Chuck Ash. And the pace car has pulled off. They're under acceleration, and we're racing in the first heat of 360 action. Down the backside they go. And it's the 73 car of Mark Hewson that has the lead. And he's followed by the 38 car of Jason Bloodgood. And in third place is the 8E car. And the 38 car of Jason Bloodgood, he gets high up on the cushion. Slows him down a bit, but he saves it and recovers. But it does give an opportunity for the 8 car of Evan Funk to close up dramatically and attempt to slide underneath him. And that little part being up there in the cushion gave the 73 car of Mark Hewson quite a comfortable cushion as he's out to a handy 4 to, well, about an 8-9 car length lead. 8 laps of 360 sprint racing. And Mark Hewson, he's now fairly unchallenged as he's going to pick him up and put him down. And we're on the white flag lap, final lap. And indeed, the 73 car of Mark Hewson shows the way. The 38 car of Jason Bloodgood in second. Kevin Funk in third. They're there for the checker. Your winner in Heat 1 is the 73 car of Mark Hewson. Second place goes the 38 car of Jason Bloodgood. And in third place, the 8E car of Evan Funk. All right, we'll go ahead and set the field for you now for Heat 2 of 360 action. In row 1 on the inside is the 66 car of Barry Martinez. Outside of Barry in the 59 car is Andy Jacobson. In the second row inside 69 Perkins. Outside of Perkins in the 10 car is Corey Chamberlain. In the third row is the 42 car of Alan Munn. Outside of Alan in the 27 car is Alec Covert. And in the fourth row, the number 67 of Colton Seddon. And the pace car will bring him around with 1 to go.
And Colton Seddon hanging into the 7th slot. But add up all the main event wins in the front row.
360 sprint action from Skagit Speedway. Pace car drops off. Martinez will bring them to the line. We're under acceleration. We've got the green and we're racing as Barry Martinez makes good his pole and jumps off to the initial lead, and the 69 car Perkins slides down underneath for second. So your first order of running is the 66 car of Martinez in first, the 69 car of Perkins in third, the 59 car of Andy Jacobson in third as Martinez takes him down the backstretch. Coming out of turn 4, it remains Martinez, Perkins, and Andy Jacobson. And we've got a caution. Just a moment, we'll find out what the caution is for. Oh, it's the 69 car of Perkins as he coasts to a stop. It's a tough break for Perkins. He was running a strong second, and he's now dead. Out of gas. Won't go. And tough break for Perkins is obviously it's some type of mechanical failure, and he's being pushed back into the pits. And we're lining up, and we've lost another car. The 67 car of Colton Seddon also pulled into the pits. So we're down to 5 cars out of the starting 7. All 5, I do believe, transfer into the main. And we'll have a single file restart as Barry Martinez will bring them to the line. And now our running order is the 66 car of Barry Martinez, the 59 car of Andy Jacobson, and in third spot is the 42 car of Alan Munn. We're under acceleration in green as Barry Martinez continues to show the way. Andy Jacobson running in second, and Alan Munn in third. With all 5 cars transferring to the main, I don't think we're going to see them push their equipment too hard here now at this point. Everyone seems pretty much settled into line, accepting their positions as Barry Martinez takes them down the backstretch again. And Jacobson, 59 car, and we're running 42. We got the white flag, 1 lap to go. Barry Martinez paces the field down the backstretch. And Martinez in the 66 car, he takes the checkered in Heat 2, followed by Andy Jacobson in the 59 car, and your third place finisher in the 42, Alan Munn. And we'll jump right into Heat 3. 3 heats tonight at 360 Racing. And we'll set the field for you. In the first row on the inside is the 3 car of Dan Pearson. Outside of Dan in the 18 car is Steve Kilcup. In the second row is the 40 car, Brock Lemley inside. Outside of Brock in the 8 car is Travis Roots. In the 3 car we got 24 of Nick Evans. Outside of Nick is the 57 car, and I apologize, I do not know the driver. In the 4th row inside we got 59J of Jim Hard. And the 8 car, Blake Brigg.
So it'll be Pearson and Kilcup in the front row, Lemley and Briggy row 2.
And the pace car will take him around one more time. This should be 1 to go.
Nick Evans and Bud Ash in row 4.
And Don Pearson will pace the field and bring him to the line.
Weighed in light after qualifying, so he was moved to the back row of the back for the heat racing. Have to work his way into the inning against the tough way, then have to race his way through. So invert 4, take 5. Lineup is correct at the line. We're going to turn loose for 8 laps. Watch the Pioneer.
And they begin to pick the pace up slightly.
Or the scoreboard on the back.
We're under acceleration and we're racing in Heat 3 as they get the green on the outside of Steve Kilcup challenging Don Pearson on the inside. Down the backstretch they go, pretty much a drag race. Don Pearson holds on, takes the advantage having that inside line, and Kilcup falls in behind his number 40 car, Brock Lemley. He gets the 3rd spot. Don Pearson holding off to Steve Kilcup, who's putting some pressure on him. Brock Lemley holding 3rd. Now Don Pearson able to break away a little bit, open up a couple car lengths over Steve Kilcup. Steve a comfortable, I just want to say a comfortable lead. Here comes Brock, and he's closing rapidly on Kilcup. And there's your leader, the 3 car of Don Pearson, followed by Kilcup and closely hounding Brock Lemley as he's putting the pedal to the metal trying to catch Steve. And we've got one of the 8 cars that is in 4th. Kilcup is challenging hard on the 40 car as we get into slower traffic. Excuse me, that's Brock Lemley challenging hard against Steve Kilcup as they got into a little bit of traffic. It looked like we might have had a moment there for Brock Lemley to be able to use traffic. And the 360 Heat 3 is in the books with your winner, Don Pearson, in the 3 car. And second, holding on, was Steve Kilcup, and hard charging third place went to Brock Lemley. And in just a moment, we'll be back with our 4:10 heat races. And here we go with Heat 1 of the 4:10 sprints, and we'll set the field for you for Heat 1. In row 1 on the inside is the 12 car of Jared Ridge. Outside of him is the 75 car of Roy Blumenhagen. Row 2 is the 26 car of Rick Faber, and then the 5 car of Chad Hillier. In row 3 we got the 41B car of Brad Pritchard, and then the 23 car of Steve Parker. In the 4th row we got the 4X car of Tony Luter, and on the 20, and then we have the 25 car of Adriana Clean. We're got the green, and we're racing. And into turn 1 they go. And, oh no, we got 3 cars tangled, 2 go up and over. And we'll take a quick replay of this. And 1 car seems to be unscathed, but 2 of them go over, and 1 of them pretty hard. And it was the 41B car of Brad Pritchard and the 4X car of Tony Luter that went over. That's the 5 car of Chad Hillier. And Tony, he climbs out, and he definitely looks okay as he's walking back to the pits. I'm sure he's shaking his head. I'm sure he's not happy. Those cars are definitely expensive. But he's certainly okay, and then we'll stay with this. As it does look like we have crew members gathering around the 41B car of Brad Pritchard. And we'll stay with this just to make sure that everyone's okay. Chad Hillier, he remains in his car. And it does not, we got a pretty good shot there at the damage on the 4X car. The front end's damaged pretty good. And indeed, now we do see that Brad Pritchard is out of the car. He's walking under his own power. So the good news is all the drivers are okay. And they'll go ahead and clear the track off. And in just a moment or two, we'll be underway with the restart of Heat 1. They didn't even make it through the first turn. And Brad Pritchard, he's headed back to the pits. So they'll tow trucks will come out, they'll clear the track, and we'll go racing in just a moment. So we had an 8-car field. It's now down to 6. And hopefully both Tony and Brad will be able to get the cars repaired in time to run in the, I do believe that run in the B main to transfer. So 12 car Jared Ridge brings him to the line, and we are racing in Heat 1. 26 car Rick Robert is in second, as the 40 I'm not sure who the black car is at this point. Anyway, what we got is the 12 car of Jared Ridge. He is in first. And we've got the 26 car, Rick Faber, who closes sharply coming out of turn 4 onto the 12 car. And now Rick Faber gets down, and he's alongside. We got a drag strip down the back straight. The 12 car goes high. Rick Faber, he manages to keep it tight. However, the Jared Ridge, he's got the angle and manages to hold off Rick Faber, but Rick Faber, he's not happy. He wants the win, but we got ourselves a race here as both drivers are driving very hard, and now Rick Farber gets under, and we've got the crossover move by the 12 car by Jared Ridge, and it just doesn't quite stick as Rick Farber manages to take over the first spot. Good, hard running 410 sprints right there, fighting for first and second in a heat race. We've got one lap to go, and your leader is Rick Farber in the 26 car, followed by the 12 car of Jared Ridge. And we've got the checker. And your first place winner is the 26 car of Rick Farber. In second place is the 12 car of Jared Ridge. And in the third spot was the number 5 car of Chad Hillier, who was involved in that 3-car tangle in the initial start of Heat 1. So good hard racing in Heat 1 already in your 410 sprints. In just a moment, we'll be back with Heat 2. And here we go with Heat 2, 410 sprints, and we'll set the field for you. Row 1 is the 40 car of Brock Lemley. Outside of Brock in the 88 car is Jesse Whitney. In the second row is the 18 car of Steve Kilcup. Outside of Steve is the 66 car of Barry Martinez. In the third row, the 28 car inside, Rick Smith. Outside of Rick is the 1 car of Jimmy Dietz. And in the fourth row is the 27 car of Kyle Johnson in the 7th spot. So we'll form the 7 cars up. Should have 1 lap to go. The pace car will drop into the pits, and the 40 car of Brock Lemley will lead them to the line. And they're picking the pace up. We're under acceleration. We've got green and we're racing in Heat 2 as Brock Lemley in the 40 car makes good his pole and shows the lead coming out of turn 2. And that's Barry Martinez. He got high up in the cushion, got hung up a little bit, slowed him down. Brock Lemley has the lead at the completion of lap 1. Now Steve Kilcup makes the slide move, attempting to get down underneath the second place car. And the second place car is Steve Kilcup is third. Brock Lemley with a pretty significant advantage right now over the second place car, and I can't quite catch who the second place car is. Barry Martinez, after getting hung up in the cushion, is now running 4th. And there's your leader, Brock Lemley, as he takes it down the backstretch. So I apologize. I don't know who's running second, but I definitely know Brock Lemley is running first, and Steve Kilcup is running third. And here's your leader, Brock Lemley, as he picks him up and puts him down. So Brock Lemley makes good his pole. He's holding about a 10-car advantage over the second place car. And the second place car has about an equal 10, looks like about a 10-length lead over Steve Kilcup. Good shot of Brock Lemley coming out of turn 4 as he gets the checker. And your order of finish is Brock Lemley in the 40 car. He gets first. And in second spot is the 88 car of Jesse Whitney. And third spot goes to the 18 car of Steve Kilcup. So I apologize for not being able to call out Jesse's number during the race, but Jesse finishes second, Brock Lemley first, and Steve Kilcup third. And in just a moment, we'll have Heat 3. And here we go with Heat 3 action. Final heat race for your 410s will set the field. Row 1 is the 9 car of Jamie Barnes. Outside of Jamie is the 77 car of Kirk Fellers. Row 2 is the 73 car of Travis Roots, 7J car of Travis Jacobson outside. In row 3, we got the 69 car of John Tharp, and then we have the 76E car of Joss Edson. And in row 4, in the 7th spot, is the 25 car of Taylor Malsom. And we should, I think we're probably on our 1 lap to go, as Jamie Barnes in the 9 car will pace him to the line.
Barnes and Keller, your front row. Travis Roots in the 73. Travis Jacobson, 7J, your top 4 out of 4.
Jamie picks up the throttle. We've got green and we're racing in Heat 3. And Jamie Barnes makes good the pole as he takes over the initial spot of first place. I do believe that's Kurt Fellers in second. And we've got a good fight again in 410 racing as Kirk Fellers, he does not want to give up that first place spot either. He's fighting hard for Jamie Barnes. And we've got Jamie Barnes high riding the cushion, and we've got Kirk Fellers down low. And Kirk Fellers is trying to get underneath and just doesn't quite have enough momentum to pull it off. And running third is your 7J car of Travis Rutz. And Kirk Fellers continues to work the low side, and Jamie Barnes continues to work the high side through the turns. As they continue to run the 9 car of Jamie Barnes in first, 77, Kirk Fellers in second, and third is the 7J car of Travis Rutz. And now Jamie Barnes has managed to clear the 77 car and has himself about a 3-car length lead over Kirk Fellers. Kirk running a 3 to 4 car length lead over Travis Rutz. And we've got the checkers. So your Heat 3 finish in first place is the 9 car of Jamie Barnes. In second was the 77 car of Kirk Fellers. And in third was the 7J car of Travis Rutz. And here we go with tonight's B main for the 360 sprints. The cars are taking the track, and we'll go ahead and give you the field. Row 1 is the 70 car of Roger Odman, and then outside Roger in the 24 car is Nick Evans. Row 2 in the 21 car is Chris Pantanode, and then the 57 car of Bud Ash on the outside. Row 3 is the 7K car of Danny Kirkpatrick, then the 59J car of Jim Hard. In the fourth row is the 5X car of Chuck Ash, and then the 5SP car driven tonight by Sean Rice. And in the fifth row is the 67 car of Colton Seddon. And Roger Odman will pace him to the line. We're under acceleration, and I don't think we're doing the blue. I'm not sure on this one. And sure enough, the cars are slowing down. Yeah, the green did not fly. The starter did not like that start, so they're going to redo it. They'll reform back into their starting positions, and the starter's going to have them do it again. So the cars do appear to be reforming, and the pace truck is out, so we've got the 1 to go. So they're going to make one more circuit here, and we'll try it again. And once again, Roger Odman in the 70 car paces them to the line. they're much more even, and we've got a green, and we've got a good clean start in B main. Top 4 will transfer. Sean Rice gets underneath the 21 car as they exit turn 4. Oh no, we've got a car that has, you could hear the sound of it. We didn't catch much of it on the video, but we've definitely got the 7K car of Danny Kirkpatrick that has, from the looks of it, he's had a pretty good tumble going down the front stretch, and safety crew is there. So they will attend to Danny. We'll stay with this. You could definitely hear the sound of that car as it was. And there's Danny as Danny's climbing out of the car, and he looks okay. And folks, he's got that Hans device on. And folks, if ever there was a device that is probably one of the best pieces of safety equipment ever designed for your race car drivers, that's it. We'll probably never know how many drivers' lives are saved by that piece of safety equipment, but good for Danny Kirkpatrick that he's wearing it. And you can see his car got bent pretty good. But we do have official word. Danny is fine. He has returned to the pits as they take the 7K car back, so we will have a single file restart as the 24 car of Nick Evans is in first. The 70 car of Roger Odman is in second. The 57 car of Bud Ash is in third, and right now in the fourth and final transfer spot is the 5 SP car of Sean Rice. In the fifth spot is the 21 car of Chris Pattenode. So the pace truck will take him around one more time. Should have the one to go, and we'll be racing again in the 360 B main.
So Nick Evans leads this. It's Roger Adams sitting in the second slot. Bud Ash worked his way to third. Sean Rice to fourth. And the final transfer spot in the Scott Sears Motorsports number 5 SP.
And the 59J car, Jim Hart, is in the sixth spot, as Nick Evans will bring them to the line. We're under acceleration. We've got green, and we're racing in the 360B main as Sean Rice looks to slide down underneath the 57 car of Bud Ash. And Sean Rice does get the low side, however. Bud Ash goes high in turn 4, comes down, and Sean Rice now did make the... No, I'm not... Bud Ash comes back, and we've got a drag race down the front stretch as they're nose to tail, or side by side, and down the back stretch they go, and Sean Rice looks like he's got the advantage. And yes, the 5 SP car driven by Sean Rice does make the pass. So Sean Rice moves into the third spot, and the 57 car of Bud Ash goes into the fourth spot. As we look at your leader, the 24 car of Nick Evans. There's your second place car, the 70 car of Odman. And there's the 57 car of Bud Ash, the 21 car of Chris Pattenode. And oh my goodness, there's Sean Rice in the 5 SP car. He definitely has had some tough evening tonight. So mechanical woes is that car as he's down low and he's taking it into the pits. And I do believe the caution has come out, and we will have a restart on this. So tough break for Sean Rice as he was in the third spot. Looked for all intents and purposes like he was going to easily transfer into the A main, and mechanical woes said no. So the evening is done for Sean Rice. We do have information that the owner of the 5 SP car is going to put a 410 engine in that car. and that Jason York will be up to drive the 5SP car during Dirt Cup week. So the 5SP car will be a 410 for Dirt Cup, piloted by Jason York. So we will have our next restart for the 360B main. Nick Evans is in first. 70 car of Odman is in second. And now you've got the 57 car of Bud Ash in third, with the 21 car of Chris Patno now in the fourth and final transfer spot. We've got Green and Nick Evans wasting no time as he opens up 10, maybe 15 car length lead. And Nick Evans continues to lead every lap of this race. And on the outside of the 21 car, that's the 5X car of Bud Ash, as he has moved around the 21 car into the fourth and final transfer spot. There's your leader, Nick Evans, in the 24 car. Out of turn 4, we're on our white flag lap, final lap. The 5X car has moved into that fourth and final transfer spot. And there's your leader, Nick Evans. As Nick brings it around for the checker. So you're finishing the 360 main, and the top 4 cars that will transfer. In the first spot was the 24 car of Nick Evans. In the second spot was the 70 car of Roger Odman. In the third spot was the 57 car of Bud Ash. And in the fourth and final transfer spot for the 360A main, the 5X car of Chuck Ash. And in just a moment, we'll be back with the B main for the 410s. All right, here we go with the B main for your 410 sprints. In row 1 is the 41B car of Brad Pritchard, and then outside him is the number 1 car of Jimmy Dietz. In the second row is the 76E car of Josh Edison, and then the 4X car of Tony Lutar. In the third row, we have the 27 car of Kyle Johnson. Outside of Kyle, the 25 car is Taylor Malsom. And then in the fourth row is the 25 car of Adriana Klein. And we are racing in the B main for your 410 sprints. As a 41B car of Brad Pritchard, he makes good his pole position and takes the initial lead, followed by the 4X car of Tony Lutar, who got that car fixed after that 3-car tangle in the heat race, and he is running second. He's running third because the 1 car of Jimmy Dietz is running second. I'll get it right here yet. And in the fourth spot, I do believe that's the 76E car of Josh Edson. One thing is for sure, Brad Pritchard is leading this in the 41 car. We've got the number 1 car of Jimmy Dietz in the second, and the third and final transfer spot is your 4X of Tony Lutar. And Jimmy Dietz is closing up a little bit of ground on the lead car of Brad Pritchard. As the 76E car is beginning to put pressure on Tony Lutar in the 4X car for that third and final transfer spot. And now it does look like Brad Pritchard has opened up a comfortable advantage over the second place car of Jimmy Dietz. So Brad Pritchard, he continues to show the way as Josh Edson is driving his heart out trying to catch the 4X car of Tony Lutar for that third and final transfer spot. And this one is in the books, as we did not catch the white flag lap, nor did we catch the checker flag lap, but it is official. And your winner is the 41 car of Brad Pritchard, the 41B car. In second place is the number 1 car of Jimmy Dietz, and in third is the 4X car of Tony Lutar. So those 3 will transfer to the A main for your 410 sprints. And now let's go ahead and set the field for you for your 360 main event. In row 1, you've got the 19 car of Craig Sandquist. Outside of Craig is the 8E car of Kevin Funk. In row 2 is the 8R car of Travis Rutz. And in the 73 car of Mark Hewson. In row 3 is the 40 car of Brock Lemley, followed by the 18 car of Steve Kilcup. In the 4th row, we have the 59 car of Andy Jacobson. Outside of Andy is the 66 car of Barry Martinez. In the 5th row, we have the 38 car of Jason Bloodgood. Outside of Jason, in the 4 car is Jeff Jansma. In the 6th row, we got the 42 car of Alan Munn. Outside is the 3 car of Dan Pearson. In row 7, we have the 8 car of Blake Brigg, and outside of Blake in the 24 car is Nick Evans. In row 8, we have the 70 car of Roger Odman. Outside of Roger is the 19 car of Craig Sandquist. And in the 9th row, we have the 5X car of Chuck Ash, and outside of Chuck in the 57 is Bud Ash. 18 cars will be competing in the 360 main event. And the pace car has dropped off into the pits. Craig Sandquist will pace them to the line. We're under acceleration. We've got green, and we're racing in tonight's 360 main as Craig Sandquist has the initial lead. Is in the drag race with the 8 car of Kevin Funk on the outside. Kevin out accelerates Greg Sandquist coming out of turn 4 and has taken over the lead as the rest of the field follows. Kevin Funk in first right now. Craig Sandquist in second. And we've got a car that's gone up and over, and it is a vicious tumble as the entire front axle has been completely ripped off the car. That is the 24 car of Nick Evans. So Nick Evans taking a pretty vicious tumble right down the front stretch, right in front of the main grandstands. And the safety crew is immediately out, and they're attending to Nick. And we'll stay with this and see exactly. Hopefully everything is fine. Apparently another driver has come out to check on Nick. And they are beginning to extract Nick from the car. Nick is on his feet, and once again, he has that Hans device on. He, of course, doesn't look happy, but he is walking away from that pretty amazing flip down the straight. So good news, as Nick Evans is obviously okay, and he's headed back to the pits, and the track crew will clear the track and we'll be under racing. So good news for Nick Evans, as he certainly appears to be just fine. And there's a replay of it in slow motion. So they'll fire him back up, and in just a moment we'll be under green flag racing, and that is the 66 car of Barry Martinez. And we're now hearing that Barry Martinez suffered front end damage just about the same time that the flip occurred, and apparently they're missing some parts that they need. The word is that Barry Martinez will not be able to come back out for the 360A main. So Barry Martinez is now out of 360 along with the 24 car of Nick Evans. Your leader is the 8E car of Kevin Funk. And he paces them to the line, and we've got the green, and we are racing once again in the 360 main. We got a couple cars momentarily come together coming out of turn 2 in the back of the field. And the cars now are fully up to speed, and we are racing at Skagit Speedway in the 360 main. And there's your leader, the 8E car of Kevin Funk, as he's beginning to put a bit of a commanding space between himself and the second place car, which is the 19 car of Craig Sandquist. And Brock Lumley in the 40 car is running fourth. As once again we follow the leader as he shows the way. And we now have the 8R car of Travis Rutz, who is challenging the 19 car of Craig Sandquist, and we've got a bit of either tire smoke or possibly some oil falling on the exhaust. A lot of times small oil leak falling on the exhaust will put off an awful lot of smoke, as we watch Kevin Funk continue to dominate this race. And the 8 car of Travis Roots has gotten is not either. Greg Sandquist in the 19 car remains in second, with Travis Roots in the third spot. And we watch our leader, Kevin Funk, begin to work his way through slower traffic. And we've got the 19 car that has gone around and has brought out the caution, and that was unfortunate because he was running a strong race. He was running in second. The 40 car of Brock Limley did make the pass and get by Travis Rutz, and so we now have your 8E car of Evan Funk in first, the 40 car of Brock Limley in second, and the 8R car of Travis Rutz in third. And the 73 car of Mark Hewson now in the fourth spot. And we're back to green racing conditions in the 360 main event. And Brock Limley, he lights him up as he's giving hard chase to the leader, Evan Funk. It does appear that the 73 car of Mark Hewson has gotten underneath the 8R car of Travis Roots for the third spot. As we continue to watch your leader, Kevin Funk, basically dominate and control this field this evening in the 360 main. However, Brock Limley in the 40 car, he is definitely pedaling it and doing everything he can to cut that distance down between himself and Kevin Funk and the 8E car. That's definitely got to be some oil dropping off onto the headers that's causing all that smoke. As your leader comes by. And indeed, Brock Limley does appear to be, in fact, he is definitely cutting down that distance as now he goes high on the cushion and he is just giving it everything he's got to catch the 8 car. And now we've got a slower car that might become a factor for Brock. He does have to go down low. He pedals it hard and he is not quite there. But he's definitely giving it every. And all of a sudden, just when I say it appears that he has lost ground. All of a sudden, he's right there making up ground on the 8E car. We have, looks like we're going to have ourselves a race for first tonight, as Brock Limley is definitely putting him up and setting him down, as he is giving it everything he's got to chase the 8E car of Kevin Funk. Kevin's led every lap from the drop of the green. And I do believe we're on the white lap. And Kevin is going to hold off Brock Limley, as Kevin Funk in the 8E car crosses the finish line and takes the win tonight in your 360 main event. Brock Limley in the 40 car is second. And I do show that the 8R car of Travis Rutz made the pass on Mark Hewson for third. At least that's the official word that I'm hearing. And a good shot of your winner, the 8E car of Kevin Funk. And now we'll go to our A main event, 410 sprints. And we'll set the field for you. In the 1 car, in row 1 on the inside is a 5 car of Chad Hillier. And the 66 car is Barry Martinez. In the 2nd row is the 7J car of T. Jacobson. And then you got the 26 car of Rick Farber. In the 3rd row, you got the 18 car of Steve Kilcup. And then the 73 car of Mark Hewson. In the 4th row, you got the 75 car of Roy Blumenhagen. And then you got the 88 car of Jesse Whitney. In the 5th row, you've got the 77 car of Kirk Fellers. And then the 12 car of Jared Ridge. In the 6th row, you have the 40 car of Brock Limley, and then you have the 9 car of Jamie Barnes. In row 7 is the 28 car of Rick Smith, outside of Rick, and the 69 car is John Tharp. In the 8th row is the 23 car of Steve Parker, then the 41B car of Brad Pritchard, and then in row 9 we have the number 1 car of Jimmy Dietz, and then the 4X car of Tony Lutar. And we've got green, and we're racing in tonight's A main for your 410 sprints. And Chad Hillier wasting no time making good his pole as he drives off to a comfortable lead over your 2nd place cars of Barry Martinez and T. Jacobson. And Chad Hillier is on fire as he is just flying. And the 7J car of T. Jacobson has given way to Barry Martinez in the 66 car. And so your running order is Chad Hillier in 1st, Barry Martinez in the 66 car in 2nd, and the 7J car of T. Jacobson in 3rd. And already Chad Hillier has caught the field and is now dealing with slower traffic. He looks for the high side, has to check up a little bit, cuts down low and weaves his way through traffic. And good acceleration down the front stretch. And there's a shot of the 2nd place car, 66 Martinez, as he's giving chase. And I'm sure Martinez is hoping that Chad Hillier finds it a little rough going, moving through traffic to hopefully slow him up a bit. Chad Hillier, he gets the front end raised a little bit as he gets into the cushion and grabs some good traction. So we got Chad Hillier up on the high side and Barry Martinez down on the low side. Hillier in first, the 66 car. Barry Martinez in the second spot. And your leader, the 5 car, Chad Hillier. '66 car. Barry Martinez in the second spot as he works his way around slower cars. And two distinct driving grooves for these two drivers as Chad Hillier is high on the cushion and 66 Barry Martinez is taking the low route. And watching the rest of the field as they make their way around this beautiful facility of Skagit Speedway. Back to Chad Hillier as he moves around the competition, and again he continues to take the high line all the way around this facility tonight, all the way around the Skagit track. Chad is definitely hooked up on that high side as he is just putting them up and putting them down, and no one from the drop of the green has given Chad any realistic threat or pressure, as Chad just basically is running away with this, and well, he's just driving a dominating race out there and dominating effort. Martinez now, he's up on the high side. Ooh, looks like he came off close to that outer wall. Barry Martinez working his way through traffic now. And the 73 car of Mark Hewson coming out of nowhere slid underneath Barry Martinez, and now we have Mark Hewson in the 73 car who has taken over the second spot. So Mark Hewson driving a very heady race and just basically coming out of what looked like nowhere, and suddenly he is in the second spot. And we've also got Rick Favre now, who has gotten underneath Barry Martinez, and in the 26 car Rick Favre has now moved into the third spot. So we have had some movement in those positions of 2 and 3 as Mark Hewson in the 73 car makes good the second position, and Rick Favre makes good the third position. And Chad Hillier pops a wheelie to celebrate his victory in the 410A main. So the 5 car of Chad Hillier Hiller puts on a clinic tonight, winning the 410 main. Your second place car was the 73 car of Mark Hewson, and the 26 car of Rick Favre takes third. This is Lauren Doolittle for WMRA Racing Videos. I'd like to thank Skagit Speedway for allowing us to bring you this webcast. We are very hopeful that we will be bringing you some additional webcasts from Skagit Speedway during this 2006 season, and we certainly hope that you have enjoyed this one. Until our next one, be good drive safe, and enjoy the races.